No, I don't think that religion has been replaced by science. I don't even think that science has the potential to replace religion. The two really deal with two different realms. Science is an ascending form of knowledge that seeks to master the world of things, and religion is more of a descending approach to acquiring knowledge, and it deals with the subjective realm, the realm of consciousness as opposed to the realm of matter, and it seeks to serve therein, in that realm. While science brings us a lot of knowledge, and very detailed knowledge about the objective world, and gains credibility there, we shouldn't think that the descending approach of religion to understanding the subjective world is less insignificant, given that that world is very elusive in comparison to the objective world of things. The fact that consciousness is elusive and, for that matter, defies even definition. It defies definition because there's nothing like it in the objective world to compare it to, which is how we define things. That does not make it any less, as I say, tangible or significant. Indeed, what it underscores for us is that consciousness is categorically different from matter, that it can't be reduced to matter. It is experience, if you will, or it has the capacity to experience. It is subjective first-person experience, and matter is, by contrast, that which is experienced. It derives really meaning and, if you will, and value from consciousness. If matter doesn't matter, in a sense, independently of consciousness. And out of the material realm, or out of matter, we're never going to get consciousness. You're not going to get consciousness, subjective experience, out of brain matter any more than you're going to get it out of billiard balls. So, so that methodology that affords us understanding of consciousness has to be a different methodology than the objective methodology of modern science, a subjective methodology. And that's really what genuine spiritual practice is about. To use a generic term, let's call it yoga. Yoga is also, I say generic because it's something that that constitutes real and tangible spiritual practice that can be embraced by any I don't want to say any conviction in the supernatural. And obviously there are different types of convictions in the supernatural, different religions, if you will, and those that are really ego-effacing, that seek to distinguish ourselves and reality from a reality or a sense of self that's derived from identifying solely with the world of things, is a religion that really has value and constitutes, I would say, the larger circle in which the smaller circle of science also exists. So, yeah, you know, science, yeah, it doesn't have the potential really to even replace religion when both disciplines are properly understood. Science and science, as much as it seeks to subvert or reduce consciousness to matter, really it's self-defeating, pun intended. I mean, it seeks to destroy the sense of an enduring self, reducing experiential existence to matter, to a thing, and it destroys its own self as a discipline. Science really, it self-destructs because it becomes unreasonable, very unreasonable, and it then becomes no more really than a belief system itself. Call it metaphysical naturalism. And metaphysical naturalism and its opponent, fundamentalist religion, they belong in the same ring, a circus ring, really, to fight it out with one another. Real religion, real spiritual practice is a different species altogether. I would say in real science is as well, and they do, as much as they're different disciplines, as I've spoken about them, they nonetheless, I think, can have a common meeting point that in which they complement one another. Modern science was born really as a Christian in Europe, and in its youth, I would say, it became agnostic, and in its adult life now, it is arguably becoming atheistic. But if it is to endure into old age and afford us real, comprehensive wisdom, it has to become a mystic. And this mysticism really is the ground, the common ground on which science and religion can meet, and as I say, complement one another. Therein, we would do, for example, science, and it's consciousness that does science, of course. We would do science, we would examine in whatever detail the objective world, primarily for the purpose of facilitating humanity's pursuit of plumbing the depths of the significance of consciousness. And that kind of a science gives real value to science, and that kind of a religion then that is informed well by science as to the nature of the objective world, with the purpose, as I say, of facilitating the pursuit of consciousness, becomes a religion that's then well informed.